Let's see what they can do. Senna going to be banned away already. It looks like we're going to have a more serious game. So we'll look and see what to expect. Inevitably, the question is going to be BRTT versus Holy Phoenix, something we're going to talk about in a more serious game because Holy Phoenix has been an incredibly consistent and solid performer for the Wildcats, whereas BRTT, even with an early lead last game, was struggling a bit.
Yeah, he definitely was. And they put 380 bans on blue side last time around. It looks like they're going to do the same thing again. But Holy Phoenix, to me, has been a standout for the Wildcats. I mean, he's been so consistently good. Every single game, it looks like he's showing up. 4-0 on Samira. Even the last game that they had, he was really carrying on the Kaiser, but didn't have enough against PSG. Ended up losing. But it looks like both these teams are taking it seriously. A couple smiles on their faces, but these bans are definitely serious bans.
Yeah, it's obviously a bittersweet final game to play. And interesting to see what the strategy is going to be here, because you said if they go for the triple AD bans, I'm a bit nervous because if BRTT wants to go again for something like the Jhin, I feel a very fast Samira pick coming out. There is nothing that feels better than a wind wall against Jhin. When you can block one of the bullets, a champion with only 4 bullets feels pretty bad.
It does, Dracos, yeah. And the
That's
Draven,
math. Ha!
And the Draven ban comes in. BRTT won't get a single game of Draven in this tournament. Last time around, they first picked Renekton for Robo. He did do pretty well on it. I think the desk hit it pretty well. He did get the top tower, the solo kill. Did manage to snowball the game through mid to get the humanoid shut down a bit. But from there, he never really found his footing in terms of keeping the game snowballing. Eventually got picked off, lost his life, and Mad Lions found a comeback. But that's going to be a first pick Udyr, so the priority has changed for PNG Gaming.
And of course, difference in this draft as opposed to the previous games, that both the primary AP jungle options were also taken off the board. So a bit of an expected shift here. See how the Wildcats want to take this one. Right. They are going to opt for the Renekton themselves. Makes sense. Starscreen, very oppressive player, very solid laner. You saw it earlier in the day, up against Arma, even absolutely dominating there on the Urgot pick. See how he can do on this matchup, and see on the opposite side how Pain want to respond.
Yep. Renekton Nidalee, it would be a classic picking an AP jungle with Renekton. Morgana Rumble's banned away. Very good setup for them. They could also opt into something like a Renekton Lucian. Nidalee's not going to get picked away because they have Udyr, and then you could 3-pick Nidalee, but that's going to be a Volibear, so they're going to switch it up. It's going to be a Volibear jungle instead of Nidalee, so not as much strength on the top side, but it gives you a little bit more early game, right? The Volibear can be proactive on the level 3, maybe look for early ganks, can set up dives at level 6 as well, so rather than having that fast clearing jungler that can maybe go top side and help out Renekton, you have more of a early game skirmishing jungler that can look to snowball the game. And
I respect that approach, of course. Wildcats were no stranger to pulling ahead in the early game to finding these big leads. See if they can do it again. Lucy this time going to be on the Thresh, however. A little bit less of the playmaking burden now rests on his shoulders. Maybe a good choice, obviously. Was feeling bad in the previous game. It is part of the reason that we paused. So maybe a bit more comfort, a bit more reliability in the Thresh as opposed to the explosive playmaking in the Alistar.
BRTT went to 4-5 last time with the AD carry pick for Jhin, and it looks like he's going to do it again if they go for mid lane for Tinone's Thresh. Notoriously good with things like Aphelios, things like Jinx, and mobile hyper carries that you need to get out with Lantern, and can set up really well with hooks into traps or hooks into kind of root guns and stuff like this.
And with the Zoe locked in, we are now set up for an unmatched first phase, so target bans can come out. There is, of course, no top laner coming in for the side of Pain Gaming, so room to ban that away from the side of the Wildcats, whereas there's no support on the opposite side. So again, Pain Gaming can continue to dedicate their bans to setting up their bot side for success.
Yeah, looks like they're just going to match mid here. Probably ban out top lane for the side of Wildcats. Maybe look at things like Gnar, Wukong, maybe even an Urgot ban. Things like this could be good targets for them. Could also target AD carry, whereas on the side of Pain Gaming, they're probably going to target bot lane. The whole top side's been picked. Maybe counter picks the Thresh. Things like Nautilus could be banned away here for Pain Gaming. So when it gets to 4-5, we'll get a lot more information on how these teams are going to play out the draft. But for now, Wildcats have a very good team fight, really good early game to bridge through Volibear. They just need their bot lane. And Pain Gaming have a very good pick comp. Thresh Zoe, really good poke as well. And we'll have to see what AD carry they round that out with.
And similar to what we saw in the previous game, no Morgana this time to back it up. See if they again want to go for the Jhin. When you already have a Thresh locked in, it feels like we are expecting a more traditional hyper carry. Whether that's something like an Aphelios or a Jinx remains to be seen. Of course, they could get really creative and go for the Jhin, but I doubt we'll see it this time around. The Nautilus now banned out. The response on the opposite side, Varus trying to take away some safety from that pick, as well as the lane dominance that he can bring to the table, and the immediate Samira ban. I actually love it from the side of Pain.
Yeah, see what Wildcats want to go for here. Last picking AD would make sense to get some sort of counter, but there's not much value in there with this many AD carries banned. Maybe they look for an Alistar, and then look for a 5-pick AD carry for Holy Phoenix, maybe a Kalista, maybe things like a Tristana, which is still up. And Pain Gaming obviously going to blind pick their AD carry and respond with top. Nara being down, maybe they want to go for something like Wukong to round up the fights. give them some more teamfight prize. So things like Urgot could work really well. GP could also be a good option for them.
The Kalista is going to be the lock-in, so now BRTT knows the storm that he needs to weather. Doesn't know the support that is going to be paired with it. Leona, of course, still on the board. A lot of the more aggressive support still options here.
Yeah, there's the Aphelios or Jinx, which round out really well with Thresh. We talked about that in the first phase of the picks. I'm expecting an Alistar or a Rel or a Set kind of last pick here for the side of Wildcats. And we'll have to see how Pain respond with their top laner.
Ooh, Caitlyn would certainly be interesting. It is going to be the Jinx, however. All right, final pick is going to come through. What is Robo going to play on the top side of the map up against Starscreen? I mean, top lane has been mostly untouched outside of the Gnar, so a lot of options up and available, but what is he going to be comfortable on? Final appearance on the world stage.
We've seen Robo on Karma, can utilize the Renekton, helps buff up the Jinx. We've also seen him on tanks like the Scion, which could work pretty well when you've got such long-range carries. But maybe it's going to be a set game. That's also a small denial from Wildcats. Maybe they wanted to go for a Kalista set lane here, but I think it's going to be something like the Alistar Rel for themselves. But that set top, we saw Starscreen on that, trying to get Dove, looks for the double kills, and got himself ahead. But they ended up losing that game, I believe. But that's a Blitzcrank into Thresh. Now, that's one champion I actually forgot about into Thresh. Makes a lot of sense. Notorious counter alongside Nautilus into the Thresh.
And now we are set up for an incredibly explosive bot lane. I love so many of these early matchups. Outside of mid lane, I feel like we have a lot of lanes that could go either way. Big pressure then inevitably onto the junglers, Carioca and Ferret. Can they find early advantages? Help snowball these lanes ahead.
Oh yeah. It's all about the early game for Wildcats. Renekton, Kalista, Blitzcrank, Volibear. It's all about the early game, and the late game insurance you have is the Orianna. Whereas for Pain Gaming, they have decent scaling, right? You have a Jinx Thresh, very safe, can get 2 or 3 items, pop up in the fights. Udyr is going to match Volibear, but not in terms of early game too much. I mean, the clear speed will be faster, but Volibear will have more windows for ganks. And then your Zoe set will always scale pretty well. Set and Renekton will eventually fall off to the point where they're just frontliners. And if the Zoe's ahead, it's going to be very hard for Wildcats to find fights around objectives because of the poke.
Here we are, getting ready. Final fist bump in the interest of COVID safety here at MSI 2021. This will be the final game for both of these teams, Pain Gaming and the Istanbul Wildcats. We're going to see how they face up, how they match up. Pain got the better of the Wildcats last time. Can Wildcats give them a blow back in the second matchup?
Have to see what happens, but I love that both these teams are going out with a bang. We're not going to have fun, we're going to be here to win. We want to finish this game with a win, get 2-4 in the group instead of 1-5. Just a little bit of a better showing for the region as a whole, right?
Yeah, and when you look at it, inevitably, I think our attention goes to the bottom side of the map, because while, set Renekton, there's some room for it to go either way. Mid lane, a lot of focus hasn't really been there. A lot of mid laners have been roaming out of mid lane rather than roams combing towards mid lane. Bot lane, when you are against a Kalista Blitzcrank, somebody is dying in that lane. I can't tell you if it's the Kalista Blitzcrank or if it's going to be the Jinx Thresh, but someone will die in the first 6 levels of this lane. Of that, I am confident.
When I was on a team with Patrick, these kind of matchups, he would say bot lane is Armageddon. Whoever gets the first kill is just going to snowball into infinity. So bot lane is definitely Armageddon this game. Blitzcrank into Thresh. If Blitzcrank can hit a hook, get Thresh's flash, it's almost unlaneable, but we'll have to see how it goes. They also have the option to go for level 1 invade, so Pain Gaming smartly putting down 2 early wards. They tried to catch out Starscreen there with the bubble start, but 2 early wards for the side of Pain. Try and spot out that Blitzcrank, 1 in the tri-bush, 1 in the river. They don't want to get caught by a hook over the wall across the Drake pick or something like this.
And Cadril. Just keeping my eyes a lot on these junglers, because from what I've seen in the previous games, Carioca was everywhere he needed to be. Was really smart level 1 last time for Mad Lions. Instantly shut down by the side of Pain Gaming. So do we get something similar? For now, it looks like no, but Robo.
It's a fist fight.
I mean, that passive early game is very, very strong.
Really sending it. Ferret's nearby, though.
He didn't quite do sit-ups in front of his face, so not maximum BM, but definitely a solid start here for Robo.
Yeah, Pain needs to be careful on this bot wave. 1 hook, Kalista with Halo Blades could actually die, so Lucy needs to be very careful, walk with the wave. I think that's definitely what he's going to do. Make sure he walks with wave, don't allow Farfetch look for a hook through lane, because Holy Phoenix is showing, so Farfetch is obviously there, they're not leashing bot side. Robo might think Starscreen's leashing, but once he shows up here in the bush, they'll have information that Volibear started leashless. They don't actually know where the jungle is, that ward on Raptor should spot him out, and Udyr also starting leashless.
Double punch. Go for the pullback, second punch on the passive. 2 rotations as a passive. Tower shot, Conqueror procced, but overall a bit rough. This is not the first time this tournament that we've seen top laners just not hit the first wave in interest of hitting each other.
Top lane is so volatile now. Starscreen has no potion. Robo also used hits with Doran's Blade. Such aggressive trades. I think if he didn't take that tower shot, he would have won out on the trade. But now it gets a bit more tricky. It's all about pushing to get level 2. Whoever can get level 2 first can walk up first. And it looks like Robo's going to get it.
Robo's going to get it. Starscreen has Fury. Maybe he can turn this back once he gets his level 2. Should be an explosive matchup, but obviously going to be very difficult either way. Robo can wait to hold on to a skill. He has opted to grab the double up, though.
Yeah, and the thing I love about the bot matchup, just especially, is you have Kalista versus Jinx. You have Holy Phoenix versus BRTT. Hang on, Robo is trading really aggressively here at the start screen. Almost took another tower shot. Tried to get the Q. Second auto attack there for damage. And it looks like Pain have bot prio, but Carioca's going for an invade here on Ferret. Level 2 Volibear.
Ward placed down immediately. We've got to fight on the top side, but it's level 3 for Robo. The flash out, the pull back, the first blood. Robo on a tear today.
Second game in a row. It definitely is Robo's day. 2 solo kills for him. Hook hits Farfetch, so level 1.
Back. Lucy going over the wall. Walking forward from downtown. They're getting a little bit more damage down. Udyr trying to burn through, but Farfetch flashes on the wall, and he pulls Udyr back. The immediate flash back out. Ferret is in the area. Level 3 for the Volibear. Are they going to get hit by the storm? It does not look like it. Holy Phoenix trying to finish it. Ferret flash in. Carioca so incredibly low, and Holy Phoenix does not want to commit his flash to keep that one going. The bear will make it out.
It's an absolute bloodbath in the early game. Farfetch just kind of fished the hook straight through everyone. Managed to get Carioca, but now they want to fight around. Another hook hits!
Oh, the pull-up! The knockdown! They respond in kind. Cadril.
Did Farfetch even have vision on him? I think Ferret left the area, and he kind of guessed roughly where he was. Crab, Carioca, boom! Gets him. Top lane still fighting a lot. Mid lane's just kind of sipping their tea, just kind of slapping each other gently in the trades, whereas the side lanes in jungle are just fighting non-stop.
It's not Armageddon, dude. It's Ragnarok. The gates of Valhalla are open. The fighters,
it's going to be a bot dive.
They are here. Let's get it started. Farfetch moving in. Can he find the hook? Walking forward, he's going to hit Lucy. Holy Phoenix now is collapse. Who's tanking the tower for now? It is Ferret. Ferret taking a bit of damage. BRTT, no room to respond here, and a clean dive from the side of the Wildcats.
They're going to re-dive here. It comes again.
Walking back in. Here we go. Ferret going to look to set up to stun.
Farfetch has to tank. I think otherwise they go 1 for 1.
Knock up. Now Holy Phoenix is tanking. Holy Phoenix locked up. BRTT gets 1. BRTT gets 2.
Oh my god. BRTT turns it. The juggle from Wildcats was poor. He ends up punishing it. BRTT doesn't die.
BRTT.
Oh, TP top now.
Oh, here we go. The action does not stop. Tinone's now moving in. The bubble's now going to connect, and that is going to be one dead Crocodile. 1-2. Tinone's grabs the kill. Pain Gaming respond on the top side.
Really good cross map. 7 kills in 4 minutes here. It's an absolute bloodbath. The mid laners do end up getting involved. Tinone's TPing up there. Does secure himself a kill. So top side is a disaster for Wildcats. It looked like bot side was going to be great for them, but they failed the dive onto BRTT. 2 kills. So Pain Gaming, both side laners are really far ahead.
And we look back at this one, the first dive is so good.
Yeah, the initial dive was pretty good. Lucy getting chain CC'd here, but he does manage to get his flare off to proc Aftershock, and the heal keeps him alive for a little bit. Okay, now, what they want to do is look for a redive. Makes sense. The problem is, you're going to go 1 for 1 here. I think that's what they're communicating. So Holy Phoenix might think he can take 2 shots because no one else can. Maybe Farfetch can, but he's going to die. They get the setup, but he's the one tanking, so he can't actually do the damage. The flash was wasted. BRTT gets hooked, but he takes down Farfetch as well. It's a disaster in the bot side, and Holy Phoenix knows it.
I don't know if he actually wanted tower aggro on that exchange. But regardless, whatever went wrong in the communications, it went very, very right for BRTT. Now level 5, 2 kills up, Boots 2, sitting much more comfortable in the kill lane. We said somebody was going to die in bot lane. I did not think it would be 2 people at the hands of a tower in BRTT, but here we are.
Yeah, and that's a breath of fresh air for BRTT. Level 5 on this Jinx, doesn't get punished by the lane, is up a little bit of gold, we must say, but the key thing is he's got his Berserker Greaves, helps out a lot with the move speed to get away from this Kalista Blitzcrank lane, which is so oppressive, level 1 to 5. Even level 6 can be very difficult for them. Lucy needs to wait for his flash, and they can't really contest 2v2, but Carioca's here, and Wildcats have no vision!
Hook. Oh, the immediate cleanse.
I got so excited there for a second.
It goes to Captain Jack with us. I guess he's alive. The Captain Jack with us here on stage. Gonna have to see. Farfetch goes for the hook. It does go wide. Volibear in the area just clearing out a ward. Lucy only level 3. Keep that in mind. And here comes Saren. Level 6 Orianna.
Well, okay. Might want to start up the Drake here, but Tinone's is around. He has the locket to work with too, but it looks like Carioca was going to base. No, he's cancelled it. So, if they want to contest this, they have a ward in the pit. Carioca doesn't have flash. Hook goes wide.
Stolen a Baron before.
That means they can walk up though.
Holy Phoenix now has to back off. Blitzcrank now going to be in trouble. Big damage on the Farfetch. The immediate hook, the immediate fall up. There's no cleanse for the Blitzcrank. He gets dropped in an instant. Now they're trying to finish it. Udyr manages to grab it. Ferret in the pit. Shockwave hits 2. Saren's going to get 1 back. It's an absolute bloodbath. My God, but BRTT, again, where he needs to be. Pain take the fight in the end.
BRTT played that fight so well. Dodges the Shockwave, keeps on top of Saren to prevent him from flashing, and ends up They end up winning the fight. They end up stealing the dragon as well. Ferret 2 levels down. Disaster strikes for Wildcats again, but they have an early game comp. They have to force, but Pain Gaming's responding well. TP behind though. Seren's not done here.
He wants that shutdown.
He has no ult though.
150 gold extra. Has to walk back into the
Seren?
tower. BRTT locks him up under tower. BRTT! What? What is going on? Hear all of Brazil popping off? Because I can, but Holy Phoenix says, quiet down a little bit. Finds the shutdown, finds the kill.
BRTT had heal. I think he could have lived. I think it was up, but Seren just kind of ran it there. What is he doing? Running on the tower, no shockwave. He used his W for move speed to gap close, so he doesn't have a slow either. So all you have is a Q auto attack to work with.
Ragnarok, Armageddon, Fiesta. Doesn't matter what word you use. It is an absolute banger. Both these teams playing their final game on stage, and they are both completely and totally unleashed. The hook goes in. There's no follow-up, Cadril.
It's an absolute octagon on the bot side of the map. I can't believe what's going on. Everyone's trying to get involved, but BRTT is just knocking everyone out.
The man, MMA champion in the bot lane here. The man knows it all.
He does indeed. And as we take a moment to breathe, no more fighting now.
Hold that thought. Hey, how dare you imply there's no more fighting?
Okay.
Dunk! Back down. Big suplex. Where's the haymaker gonna go? Does he have the second dash? He is gonna let... All right. Gonna let the grip fall away. Starscream turns. Round 2. Is it gonna be a TKO? We're gonna call the fight. Nobody's gonna win. Both sides backing away. They're gonna walk menacingly at each other, but no one's got the damage or the cooldowns to make it work.
Tinones is here though. He wants some. He's got a strike breaker to work with, but the bubble doesn't connect, so that'll be the end of that. Carioca picks up the Herald as well, so they might want to use that bot side. And Robo, lots of pressure on this top side of the map. He went for the early recurve bow for the pressure, but the Bramble Vest from Starscreen doing its dividends there, keeping him alive in the exchanges. Don't think he had E up to try and gap close, but Starscreen might be in danger here. No ultimate.
Haymaker pulls him back. Immediate stun follow-up. He's under the tower. He's tanking so much damage, but he manages to live. Ferret now running, but that's going to be the finish off Carioca. That is one powerful bear, and I'm talking about the Udyr, not the Volibear burning down. He's a phoenix. He's a tiger. He's anything he wants to be. Ferret, how do you not know this, dude? Do not mess with the furry. This man is out for blood.
He is indeed. He might herald the tower and look for the solo kill. It's the only thing that can tank it. Hang on, we've got an exchange. What is he going to go for it? But Ferret might have a stun. It's risky. Don't go for it. Maybe they can just get the tower. Starscreen doesn't have TP up. Maybe they can just look for it. There's the herald. They are going to get up the tower. I think maybe if he popped the herald a little bit earlier over the wall, maybe he could have cancelled Ferret's base with the charge, but that's min-maxing. Looks like they're going to get the tower anyway.
Gonna grab the tower. Okay, hold on. For the first 30 seconds in this entire game, there's no fighting. Recap. Fatty gold.
Oh, there's a hook!
Oh, the hook goes! BRTT now in trouble. He can play the lantern back. BRTT alive. Oh no! Holy Phoenix says not today.
Ooh. Lucy had exhaust, but I think BRTT was going to die there anyway. Stop caster cursing it. I'll say it now. There's 30 seconds to breathe here. Looks like there won't be a fight. But Tinones is coming down, and let's take recap of this game. 3k gold lead.
Hook lance. Okay. Sleepy Trap bubble. Exhaust on the Holy Phoenix. A lot of spears now stacking. Volibear on the way down. There's an ignite.
Oh,
Meanwhile, there's another fight on the top side. Bear goes in. Starscreen. Okay. BRTT has ultimate. This could be a very big rocket.
Yeah.
But he won't risk the downtown. Oh my god.
He shot it. Where'd it go?
Can it find its way? Can it go the distance? Nope. It will not be there someday.
Okay. So, yeah. Okay. I'll stop getting so excited now, but there's so much fighting in this game. 16 kills in 10 minutes. Seren's going to get a plating, and Pain used Herald top. I think there was a 2v1 in top side there. Starscreen was able to turn it. I think Robo maybe ulted into the tower, and Starscreen turned the 2v1. Wildcats winning out on the bot side a little bit here. You can see the hooks hitting the threshold, the Jinx. It's just kind of unplayable for them. The second BRTT gets hooked, a ward gets placed on the lantern. You can see that ward in that bot middle brush there that covered out the lantern when they hooked him. It just means that it's just death for BRTT. Can try and flash away. Holy Phoenix flashed forwards to follow. But now BRTT no flash. Against Kalista Blitzcrank, it's very difficult for him to lane. And Wildcats win conditions on the bot side of the map.
Wildcats, always good. Holy Phoenix has been so reliable for them across this entire group stage. Of course, for Pain, they were here last game and they're here again. Robo, 1-1-1, but very much feeling comfortable in this lane. Already has the Blade of the Rune King finish, just to the bits and pieces on the opposite side for Starscreen. Carioca, the beneficiary of so many of those kills. Very early chem tank means he can make making plays anywhere on the map. Look at the gold difference in the jungle role alone, almost 1,300 in favor of this Udyr.
Yeah, and someone else who's been suffering this game is Seren. I mean, he TP'd bot, died on the tower, didn't get anything onto BRTT. His lane phase has been quite quiet. Tinones has been the one roaming around. He's kind of been stuck under his tower, and Pain are going to get bot side vision here. Hook hits.
Hook, pulls back, flash over the wall. No follow-up. They are going to get the hook there.
That's the idea of the Blitzcrank last pick into Zoe, Jinx, Thresh. Whoever walks up to face check or trying to take vision, you just sit on Fog of War, hit the hook, they instantly have to flash away or they lose their life. But it's all for the Dragon. That's what everyone's setting up here for. Starscream has TP, but so does Robo. I think Wildcats are trying to find their way into this pit to try and get some vision and maybe set up for the Dragon themselves.
It's going to be an intense fight, though. Waiting on that hook cooldown. They burn hook too early. That's going to be the important hook, though. Landing and now traded back. Hooks left and right, but it's Karioka who gets burned down. Now it's advantage to the Wildcats.
That's a really big shutdown for Holy Phoenix. As Tinones looks for some poke, I think Wildcats will have the track into the river now. Lucy needs to be careful. He has the flash, but they're going on to BRTT.
Lucy in trouble, knows that he has to flash out to safety. Where's the Lantern going to go? Lucy, it doesn't look like he has the cooldown or the space to use it. BRTT now in trouble. BRTT no room to maneuver where the spear is going to go. Holy Phoenix finishes the job again, now on a rampage.
Yeah, no flash on the Jinx. It's so difficult to play against Kalista Blitzcrank. They have so much gap close where it's a flash from Blitzcrank, the Kalista ult, the max range hook can hit. Saren gets hit by a bubble, but I think he should be okay. Ferret's behind him though.
Oriana, they're baited in by Saren getting hit by the
has
bubble.
no flash. He has Ghost and Ignite. He might die here.
It's an entirely split fight. Robo, where's he going to go? Has the grit. Big cooldowns are going to be too reliable. That's going to be a sleepy bear, but here comes Karioka. Unstoppable with the stopwatch is there just in time. Ferret wants to get a bit more damage down, but there's no room to get anything done. Very cocky though. Step forward from Tinones. Might cost him his life. Storm coming down. He'll just barely manage to make it out. Now it's Farfetch in trouble. Pulling back.
Rocket!
Big Rocket!
Doesn't quite take him down. Wildcats are going to get out, but so is Tinones. No one gets the Dragon. Everyone was setting up for it. All these fights were for the Dragon. The pick onto BRTT. Hang on. Ferret, no flash.
Here we go. This is the power of the Udyr. He's got the chem tank. The hook connects from Lucy, and that's going to be another kill over to Karioka.
That's going to be the Dragon for Pain Gaming as well, and then Ferret falling. But Holy Phoenix, despite that horrendous bot dive in the early stages of the game, has 5 kills for himself. He has the plate steel caps, the shield bow. He's just base. He's going to run on the map. Has the Rage Knife too, so he has a lot to work with on this Kalista. Very far ahead, but the problem is your solo laners are so far behind. Saren and Starscreen really, really far behind on this Renekton and Oriana. But they will, well, Oriana will scale to be useful. The Renekton needs to find some kills to be getting back in this game. But Holy Phoenix is the man you need to rely on. And that's the story of Wildcats' kind of run at MSI here.
And Cajal, I'm going to be honest, every time I want to speak, I hold my thought for at least an extra half a second because I'm convinced someone is going to start hitting someone else. It is 14 minutes in and we've had 19 kills. It's almost a 3K gold lead in favor of Pain, but I know as Farfetch walks forward, if he hits this hook, they're going to all in again, and here we go, right on time. That's going to be one. It doesn't look like they're going to fish for a second, though. BRTT far enough back, they can get nothing else. Now, Karioka is here, but I don't even know if they went out on this skirmish. Tinones, they certainly would.
These hooks from Farfetch are nuts. He must have done some kind of trajectory aim training in practice tool before he started this game, because he's hitting every single one. Predicts Lucy's dodge movement upwards, gets the hook, gets the kill. You can see Lucy can't proc the aftershock because he's hooked, knocked up, and silenced, so he can't proc aftershock with his spells, and Holy Phoenix can just cleanse the exhaust, so there's no real peel, instantly dead. I think Wildcats, the 2v2 is so strong for them here, they're going to get bot tower too.
He's also got Mobies and he's level 6, so the second he gets hit by anything, he's not only slow, he's vulnerable. It's a difficult game for Lucy.
TP coming behind though. Stars
trying to back them
Saren's
up.
matching it.
The entire team here ready to collapse. Eyes on Robo. Everyone is burning TPs, but now they're very much committed to the fight with that TP coming in from Starscream. Robo now backing off. Hook coming from Farfetch, though this could turn very rapidly, but Starscream getting steadily burned down here. Good damage comes in for BRTT. His ult is available if they can try to finish the kill. The flash forward, they managed to get one. The flash away from the hook. BRTT holding on to his life for now. Tinones coming in from the side. He's poking down. There's good damage, but it's Udyr in the mid lane in the meantime for Pain Gaming. Tinones pulled back. Now Farfetch looking for the knock if he's going to find it. Saren, can they get the damage to shut him down? That is the shutdown onto the Zoe. Holy Phoenix pulling him back. They're looking to keep this one running. There's no mana on the Blitzcrank, but he does not need it. Suplex back. Robo trying to buy as much time as he can. Haymaker comes in. He's backing away. Udyr pushing the mid lane, but the fight going massively in favor of the Wildcats.
Why are Pain Gaming playing with the fight there? They're toying with Wildcats a bit, trying to bait them in some kind of fight, but Karioka's not even there. He's pushing in mid. It's a 4v5. Why do they take the fight? They lose 3 or 4 members in that exchange. They lose out on the bot play. Holy Phoenix 7-1-4. The Renekton got a kill. He's sort of back in the game as well. Yes, Karioka got mid tower, but that's a huge loss for Pain Gaming.
Oh, it's only going to get harder to see as Holy Phoenix already has the Rage Knife. Rage Blade now competed. Excuse me. We're so far into this game. And remember how disastrous this game started with the massively failed tower dive for the side of Wildcats. But Holy Phoenix and Farfetch have brought it back in this game. 1-2-8, 7-1-4 respectively.
And it's all been 2v2. That's how they've got their lead. So the TP's come in, but look at the minimap. Karioka's farming his Grom. So when this fight starts, it's a 5v4. I wonder why Pain didn't just run away. Lucy and BRTT kind of poking out. Tinones is looking for pokes. They're playing with the fight, but I think it's a 4v5. Just run mid, push mid, get mid tier 1. Why are they walking up so far? Wildcats find and engage, and then, despite losing one member, Pain still tried to find a fight.
Pain, this new Axe Effect replay, absolutely just do not have the resources to force this fight, and You can see Holy Phoenix, I love this from him. He was ready for the next. He killed one, he's immediately ulting the Blitzcrank already, but as I say that, there goes Starscream. Missed a little bit of context on that one, but he's dead now.
Yeah, looks like Holy Phoenix was pushing out top. Starscream maybe went a bit too far there, could have got hit by a hook. Pain having pressure in mid and bot means that Holy Phoenix is going to run mid, push out the wave. Maybe they want to go for mid tier 1 here. I think they might have a wave to work with. Otherwise, they're going to collapse towards bot side. No, pings on the Herald. Looks like that's the objective. That's what they're going to trade for, but this Jinx got another kill. Another tower falls in bot. This Jinx outranges the Kalista, so the longer the game goes, if she can dodge away from these kind of hooks or the Kalista engages, then she should do a lot more damage. But the Kalista is at 2 items right now. So very dangerous for Pain Gaming if they over tunnel vision and try and take down Holy Phoenix.
Robo now moving up to just contest already tier 3 tower. This game has been going so incredibly quickly. Again, 24 kills. 17.5 minutes into the game. That's only second Herald. They're not even, Heron's not even up.
And look at these teams playing with nothing to lose. It's just an absolute bloodbath. 24 kills in 17 minutes. Cross map coming in from Wildcats here. They are going to pick up this top tier 1. They have the Herald as well, but I expect that to go towards mid. So they should net themselves 2 towers from that bot tier 2 falling. As we get the replay, as how Starscream died here. Looks like a bubble might hit into a hook, perhaps.
Hit.
Yeah, looks like it does.
Wow.
Thresh is actually in base, so maybe BRTT just pops a W in the ult. Yeah, he does. Long range. Starscream doesn't have the ultimate or the flash to work with. Use the E to get over the wall. Can't dodge away from that.
Well played. And Kedro, I think we see this so often at international events where when a team is unlimited and they can't make it through, statistically there's no way, as is the case for both Pain Gaming and Wildcats if you're just joining us, they play completely and totally unleashed. So even while the picks and bans are very serious, and this is very much a meta draft, the players are playing without fear. They will flip every coin that they possibly can. They will take every risk. And while, you know, you can maybe argue as to what quality of game it brings you, it is certainly a thriller. I want more. Fight more.
But you love these kind of playstyles. Playing with no fear. It's just so interesting how players play so much different. They're scared of making mistakes, but when there's nothing on the line, just send it. And that's what Pentanet did yesterday as well. They played like nothing was on the line, and they made it through. But this game doesn't mean the win might matter anything here, but
going fast.
Just misses. Drake's up though.
Pull back on the ulti. Holy Phoenix can throw him back in. Drake is the focus. Pain Gaming already have
Look
2 of
Robo.
them. This is going to be big. Set on the backside. Oh, he has been spotted.
Wildcats collapse on him, then they could steal away the Drake. Pain could just rush it down when they try and collapse on Robo. You can see Karioka's doing it off screen, but Robo flashes away.
Robo spotted out here, the dash forward.
Yeah.
3 members here. That should be more than enough damage. They're now pulling him back. He needs to use the grit as soon as he can. Pulls in, gets some okay damage down, and gets his team the Drake in the meantime.
But when Wildcats commit onto Robo, they lose the Dragon. That's Dragon Soul point for Pain Gaming. Really smart identification there that Robo is just going to buy time. Let's just rush down this Dragon. There's no chance we can help him. Hang on, Ferret might be caught here a bit. He has the flash.
Sleepy Bear, now unstoppable. Going to try to run for the hills, but he's so slow. Does just barely manage to make it out. Rocket!
Oh! That one got him!
You love to see it.
Pain now looking for a fight. It looks like it's going to be a 4v4 though. TP coming in.
Follow up Farfetch now getting the hook back in. BRTT needs to spend so much time walking away, but Starscream's already on top of him. He already burned his flash. He's already shut down. Renekton in the midst of the entire team. Tennoz needs to make his way out, but he just has no mana. The Shockwave now pulling them back. This is a massive fight for the Wildcats. Karioka running. Starscream, a little bit more time and movement. Sees Ferret from the Orion and Dissonance, but no more for the side of Wildcats.
Maybe they can look for a Baron. Ferret's up in 5 seconds. That's 20 seconds for Jinx, and Holy Phoenix has a Rage Blade, but instead they're going to look for this mid-tier 1. They still have the Herald, but Ferret's in base. And that all came from just a Dragon fight. They hit the bubble, they chased down Ferret, but in the meantime, Wildcats find the fights really well played.
TP.
Coming in from Tinons. Maybe they want to contest this mid-push.
Serena's no mana. Holy Phoenix is stepping forward. Karioka is quite fast. Deadman's played as well, keep in mind, but they're not going to opt to back off here.
Yeah, still a 1,500 gold lead-ish for Pain Gaming, but these fights are so back and forth.
Important to note, one thing to consider as we move in. For now, Pain can take these trades. They have enough of a gold lead. They are set up for Infernal Soul, but this Kalista, especially with Rage Blade, is going to shred through the neutral objectives. It's going to be nigh impossible to contest this team if they get on top of it. No 50-50s in this one if Holy Phoenix is playing well, and he has been. 8-1-5, so something to consider as we move later and later. Pain Gaming, the stakes only raise or get higher and higher as we get later in the game on some of these skirmishes.
Yeah, and there's the Herald usage paying off from the bot tier 2 trade. Although they lost the tower for it, they are going to use a Herald here. I'm not sure if they can look for a mid tier 2 here. Tinons is running down, Starscream's around. They might just force it, you know. I think this Kalista is so far ahead, maybe you can do it, but you have no wave to work with. One hook could be really dangerous. Instead, they're going to back off.
Ooh. And I think Pain need to figure out how they want to play this next fight, because right now, Cadril, Holy Phoenix has Cleanse, no QSS, so the set can suppress him, but in this new Axe Effect replay, you can see that while Pain can get some of these picks, they've got these strong members. We saw immediately after this, even though the downtown snipe is a beautiful thing to watch, the fight very much collapsed.
Yeah, Pain were the ones trying to take this 4v4, but look at Holy Phoenix. BRTT on the backline, let's keep our eyes on him, because I think Starscreen actually managed to take him down alone. The hook does connect on him, but Starscreen gets the burst damage onto him, just solo kills BRTT, and then Starscreen gets the ball, gets the shockwave, got on the fight.
Oh, that thought Tino's now going to be in trouble. Starscreen in the midst of everybody. I don't think Karaoke has enough peel to get through because here comes Holy Phoenix. Starscreen, they're going to be the front line they need. The hook does manage to connect. Holy Phoenix now pulling back. It's going to be BRTT in trouble. If the Blitzcrank gets thrown out, Farfetch now going to be in trouble, though. He should not have gone that far because Robo is on the way in. Pain, take the fight. Starscreen has to run for the hills, but Jinx gets the reset. It's a triple for BRTT.
BRTT wipe Wildcats. There's only 2 members left. They have the ultimates to work with, but it's a 4v2. Maybe they want to start up this Baron, and so well played from Robo in that fight. Double stun on the bot lane of Wildcats. Manages to take them down. Robo's behind Saren here. He has flash to work with, though.
Gonna move in onto Saren. Now trying to move out Saren very fast, but is he fast enough to pull back the Haymaker? The flash out is clean. Ferret now trying to zone Robo away, but the Baron is falling in the meantime. They are buying the spaces they need, but Ferret, he has the ultimate. Can he make it into the pit?
He has ultimate.
Will he go? 1.6, 1.3, they have no vision of this. He doesn't know. It's gonna be the easy pickup now for Pain.
Pain find their way in their fight. They managed to pick up 3 kills, all of them going to BRTT and the Baron. So he's going to finish the Dominic's, build towards that Infinity Edge. He's going to be so strong in the next team fight. And I think the MVP of this whole fight was Robo. Although Tinones is the one to get caught, it looks like it's such a good fight for Wildcats because Holy Phoenix is on the way. But keep your eyes on Robo when he joins the fight. Hook connects, has to cleanse. Now Holy Phoenix actually steps forwards, flashes out. Now look at this stun from Robo. Double stun onto the bot lane, seals the deal in the fight. Saren does end up showing up. Didn't have the TP to join the fight instantly, and BRTT gets a 1,000 gold shutdown onto Holy Phoenix.
And the second the kills start coming in, the fight's over. The Jinx gets the resets. The set's so powerful in these skirmishes. And in theory, Holy Phoenix, if he's got enough room to play, he can just dash his way around everybody. But if he gets caught out, if that Stride Breaker hits, the fight falls apart so quickly.
Yeah, 30 seconds till the Infernal Dragon. That's going to be Infernal Soul for Pain. Wildcats might want to look for a pick.
Baron power play coming in, but who's it going to be a power play for? Karaoke now going to be in trouble. The entire team collapsed. They can focus fire the Udyr, but no, it is Robo off on the flank. Who's he going to go for? The dunk back down onto Saren. It is going to connect Karaoke in the midst of everybody, but Shockwave buys a bit more time. Holy Phoenix got it on the back line. Holy Phoenix needs to be the hero, but the stun is there. Point and click, run, stun, job done. Karaoke turns the fight back. A perfectly timed ultimate from BRTT means Pain take the fight. It is a double. It is a triple. BRTT is a man unleashed in that fight.
Such a good fight from BRTT. Gets hooked in, flashes across the wall, manages to pick up Holy Phoenix with a perfectly timed rocket. Pain are going to get the Infernal Soul, I believe. I don't think they can end just yet. 10 seconds on Saren, 10 seconds on Ferret. It's not lights out for Wildcats yet, but PNG are going to have Infernal Soul.
And what a Red Bull power play. To get the Baron, to get the Infernal Soul, to break 2 inhibitors, everything is going in the favor of Pain. This is, from that early game, I thought maybe it was all over, especially once Holy Phoenix started pulling ahead, but now in the mid game, in the late game, Pain have been showing up.
Yeah, BRTT has so much frontline to work with. Robo and Karaoke buying so much space for him. Although he got hit by the hook, he's doing so much damage in the fights, and you can see the range difference. Holy Phoenix can't really find anyone to hit because there's an Udyr on top of him. There's a Thresh hook that he has to be careful for. The Zoe bubbles, the set in his face. There's really not much he can do to get onto the backline, and he needs to take down BRTT, but he can't find him because he has so much range on him.
Oh, Robo moving in. Holy Phoenix, I don't know if he has enough room to maneuver here. Suplex back down, big slow. Robo just going to look to finish that one off. Finds the solo bolo.
Thumbs up.
Onto Holy Phoenix. And that is the strongest single member of the Istanbul Wildcats now taken off the map.
BRTT just based and picked up Infinity Edge from a BF sword. 4 items for this Jinx, and Holy Phoenix, you can see against the likes of Robo on this set, it's so hard for him to find the fights. The stuns, the slows, the Stride Breaker, it's so difficult for him to find hits, and not many members on the side of Wildcats are strong. It's just really Holy Phoenix and the Renekton of Starscreen that can buy a little bit of time. The rest of it's just relying on a Shockwave or a hook. As Pain Gaming, the Baron buff is off, but this top inhibitor is their next target.
Starscreen in trouble. Could be a last desperate stand here for the Wildcats. Hook goes wide from both.
Yeah, and their siege is going to be on this top tier 3 inhibitor. They're waiting for the waves to come in. The bot inhib's still alive, actually, but BRTT has shown up. He's here. Now they can walk up and hit the towers. The bubbles are connecting. That buys a lot of space for Pain.
Super Udyr. Karaoke, a very hard man for them to burn down. Pain ready to end this one. Jinx looking for the resets. 4-item Jinx feels like a done deal at this stage. Big rocket goes in, will not connect onto Ferret. Tinones. Hook now pulls back. Udyr in the midst of the entire team. Can they finish him off? Holy Phoenix buys a bit more space for his support, but Robo's still untouched. Pain mostly still untouched.
Yeah, I think they're going to play for bot inhibitor here. It's a bit too risky to just send it for the end because Farfetch will heal up. You basically secure the game with this bot inhibitor. I think Pain Gaming with this Infernal Soul, maybe now after taking this they can look to end, or they can just back off, maybe push in waves. But no, it looks like Pain Gaming is just going to back off. 5 members of Wildcats alive. They have 3 inhibitors. Farfetch wants more though.
Hook goes in, hook goes wide. Both sides backing away. With the Infernal Soul already gone, 4 minutes till the Elder, 2 minutes till the Bear, and the big objectives are what the Wildcats have to be ready to fight for. Sadly, they are at such a massive deficit. 9K and an Infernal Soul feels just about insurmountable.
Yeah, it is just about. The only real wave clear you have is the Orianna in a sense. You only have Nexus turrets left, and the late game insurance for Wildcats is the Orianna, but she's just way too far behind compared to the likes of BRTT. Even Seren is down a level to BRTT on Jinx. Almost 6 items complete for him. Outranges the Orianna. Has his flash coming up soon as well, so Wildcats, I really don't think there's a way that they can win a team fight here unless Holy Phoenix can get some kind of damage on the backline. But the strength of Robo, the tankiness of Carioca, I just don't see a world where you can do that.
Yeah, Stride Breaker in, feels like a pretty reliable way, and sadly Blitzcrank very good at the little engage hooks, but not as good at peeling. Has to hook out. It just feels very, very hard for the Wildcats to play, especially when Udyr is just so fast.
Yeah, so tanky as well. A hook onto him won't really net you too much because then BRTT can step forwards because the hook's on cooldown. That's the key thing that BRTT is looking at in these fights. If hook goes wide, BRTT can run forwards because Starscreen won't be able to solo kill him when he's got both summoners and Lucy next to him with the exhaust.
The poke for BRTT is massive, and already they're going to try to finish it up, and that's a big shutdown, just maybe. International Walker, they're holding on. Wildcats want to turn this, but it's Robo on the flank. Robo, can he turn this one back? The pullback. Who can he hit? Who is the prime ulti target? He's trying to buy as much space, but Holy Phoenix is untouched. The flash forward on the Haymaker. Robo wants to finish it. BRTT might be down, but it's not BRTT's day. It's Robo's day. It is the day for Pain Gaming. Holy Phoenix holds his head in his hands. International pride was on the line, and today he fell short. Pain Gaming owned the 2-0 head-to-head versus the Istanbul Wildcats.
It's a bittersweet win for Pain Gaming, but they end up taking down Wildcats again. 2-0 for the CBLOL over the TCL off the back of BRTT Robo. Such good carries. BRTT falls in the fight almost a split second into it, but Robo's the man. It's his day. He's the one who sends it.
And for both these teams, as you said, it's bittersweet. Pain can be happy with their final performance, and certainly there are moments that the Wildcats will look back on and remember fondly, but ultimately for both of these teams, this is goodbye. They will not be advancing to the Rumble stage. It was a difficult road, and while the Miracle Run was alive for both of them at the start of the day, it has been a hard path, and at least they get to finish with some semblance of a smile on their faces here on the side of Pain.
And I think Pain had a really good showing in the fact that they almost beat Mad Lions. They were going for the back door, it just about failed. They got an early game lead against Mad Lions, had things gone slightly more in their favor. Maybe there was a world where there's tiebreakers here, but that's not going to happen here. And Wildcats also a really good showing, really strong games. Nothing really went in their favor despite the early mid-game leads that they had, only picking up that one win against Mad Lions today. But yeah, you can see Holy Phoenix disappointed.
Certainly.